By layer or by object? That is the question. In large scenes, I like to set my object properties by layer because it gives me a higher level of control. I can manage the display properties of large numbers of objects by going into the Layer Manager and editing the layer properties. However, in smaller scenes where I'm modeling, say, a piece of furniture, I like to set my object properties by object. That way I don't have to deal with layers and the overhead associated with them. Watch what happens if I select an object in Viz and go to the Display tab. I'll expand the Display Properties rollout, and all the properties are grayed out. In Macs they're not, and that's because Viz defaults to creating new objects by layer. If you want to change this behavior, you can right-click in the viewport and go to Object Properties. Toggle this mode off by clicking the button, and the display properties will now be managed by the object. Note that the other groups are still managed by the layer. Now I can change things here if I want to. However, this is not going to cut it if I want to change all the objects to by layer. I'd have to select each one and do this. If you want to change the behavior for the program so that all the new objects that you create default to ByObject, go to the Customize menu and choose Preferences. Uncheck this setting, and then all of your new nodes, which is a more precise term for objects, will default to ByObject, the opposite of ByLayer. This is how it is in Macs by default. So now you know where to look, depending on the complexity of your scene and whether you're using layers extensively or not.